is a show that focuses on the person behind the Brony. I'm your host, OsakaJack. Please sit back and relax as we talk to this week's guest, Brony. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Into the Spotlight. This is your host, OsakaJack. And with me today, I have somebody from the sunny shores of California, which is much warmer than I am today. I can guarantee you that. Miss Lorena CloudFlick, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Cold. It's the middle of April. I should not have to have my heat on. But anyway.
Yeah, I know how that feels. Exactly.
You do not know how that feels. You're in California. California is warm and sunny all the time. Every aspect of it.
Yes.
No, that's sarcasm, of course. I know that there are cold places in California.
Yeah, it's pretty rainy over here.
Really? Wow. I was just joking, but okay, all right. All right, real fast. I apologize, everybody. I said California right here. You're not from California, are you? Or you're not living in California?
No, I'm not. I am in Oregon right now. I'm from Oregon. I've grown up here all my life in the Willamette Valley,
My
specifically.
sincere apologies for saying California there. This will be spliced right in. And then back to your regularly scheduled interview. Well, if anyone is unfamiliar with you, which maybe, I guess 3 or 4 people listening might be, what is it that you do usually?
Well, I'm a junior in high school, and I am so busy with school all the time. Yeah, all the time. That's literally my life. And so I have the opportunity to take 8 classes at my school with a block schedule.
Okay.
But I'm choosing to take 6 because they're really hard classes. I have 3
Right.
AP classes, and then speech is one of my classes, and newspaper staff is another one of my classes.
Oh, wow.
And then my other class is Spanish 4.
Okay.
So yeah, I have and then any extra time that I have, I'm working on speech or newspaper outside of school, so I'm always busy.
I'm not lying with you one bit, but in high school I was in every AP class, 5th year Spanish by senior, and I was on the yearbook.
Wow. Wow, so you know how I feel.
I was the academics editor for the yearbook, and at least one day a week I had to go off on errands, running out to get ads or interview people. So yes, I understand.
Yeah, definitely. Ads are fun though. I love selling ads.
I did not. Just because, I don't know. My area, there were so many high schools that they would forget which high school you were from, and they would try to find out if any of the kids that worked there were in your high school before they bought the ad.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It could be completely different at today's date, but
There's not too many high schools in my town, so as long as I don't know, I it's not that difficult, no. So,
okay.
yeah.
Well, what do you do on newspaper staff?
I am a reporter and I sell ads for the newspaper.
Okay.
So,
Do those
yeah.
two ever intertwine? Just like, okay, I've written this review of your restaurants. Now, if you buy the full page ad, you get another star or 2 right here.
Um, no, I don't tend to write reviews. I tend to
Okay.
write stuff more like uh just general features like
Okay.
this issue I'm writing a story on the color guard team at my school because they're doing
Nice.
really well this year.
Good. That's good.
So, yeah.
Our color guard did not do well, but our marching band did incredibly well. I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And our drum line won several awards at state. But
Very cool.
nice. Ah, oh, you're making me remember exactly how long it has been since I've been in the high school swing. Part of me is nostalgic, but at the same time, I do enjoy sleeping past dawn.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
A
I'm looking forward to that.
lot of things I miss about high school, but waking up early every day, not one of them at all. No.
Not many people enjoy that at my age. Let me tell you that. Definitely not.
I I don't know anybody that enjoys it at any age that I would consider totally sane.
Yes, that is very true. That's a good point.
I heard a comedian at one point, Paula Poundstone actually said it. She said the best measure of maturity is sleep. She said if she ever encountered a toddler that said, you know what, I've been playing with the blocks all day, I'm going to take a nap for an hour, I'll catch you later, it'd be the most mature toddler ever. Well, one other thing you mentioned was speech. You're involved quite heavily in the speech areas, aren't you?
I am definitely, yeah. I go to all of the speech tournaments I possibly can. And this is the end of my second year being involved in speech.
Okay.
And so last year I was able to qualify to the state tournament.
Nice.
Um, yeah, we took third in our district. That was tough. That was really tough.
Mm,
And then this year I was able to qualify in debate to state as well. And
nice.
I was able to qualify to nationals and student congress, which was awesome. That was so cool.
I know that was just yesterday, right? I mean,
Yes, that was just
as of
yesterday.
recording that, yeah, just yesterday she qualified to National Student Congress.
Yes. So I'm gonna spend a week in Birmingham, Alabama, basically being a politician. I'm not necessarily looking forward to being a politician. Student Congress kind of makes me really tired and kind of
Mhm,
I do things in Student Congress that I normally wouldn't do outside of Student Congress,
right.
and that kind of hurts my moral standards, I guess, a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Like an example of that is in order to get really high points, you
Mhm,
have to speak as much as possible. Like that's the thing that you have to do is try
I
to get
see.
opportunities to speak. And so I ended up just writing affirmative and negative speeches on every single bill on the docket as they came along because I wanted to speak so badly.
Yes.
It was, yeah. So that's politicians for you.
Yes, yeah, I totally believe that, with the exception that you wrote the speech and you made the speech, and I don't think many politicians would do both. They would have
Yeah,
staff
yes.
doing it for them.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
I'm sorry, did that sound cynical? I apologize. I'm sure
No, no,
there are some lovely politicians out there that I haven't met yet. I'm sure.
probably. Probably. Yeah. Like on the local level, more likely.
No, I've met the local ones. Possibly somewhere. I'm sure there are very wonderful ones that honestly mean it when they kiss a baby. Uh,
Like, they don't like wipe their face afterwards. Like, oh my gosh, don't ever do that to me again.
Give me the Germex. I gotta take a bath in it. Oh, ugh. Do you happen to recall what was one of the stronger topics that you did speech on this time that got you qualified?
um, at Congress yesterday, I was really proud of a speech I gave. The resolution was a resolution to reform the way that we give our aid to Africa
Okay, okay,
because he said in his bill that we give $30 billion to Africa regardless every single year. However, it's wasted a lot because we kind of just hand it to the government.
okay.
And so I gave a speech in the negation saying, no, we shouldn't even be giving aid to Africa right now because, first of all, there's huge anti-American sentiment because of our aid in Africa. And I cited a TED talk from the former secretary of the International Monetary Fund
Okay.
saying, she said basically that people in Africa reject aid because they want to be able to get themselves on their feet.
Hmm.
And so it decreases the productivity in Africa if we're giving them aid, and it increases just these bad feelings toward the United States.
Interesting.
And
Interesting.
so, yeah, my second point was that there's like, if we improve infrastructure and schooling and whatnot in Africa, then the terrorist groups that are starting to become more active and more powerful are going to take advantage of them and are going to be using them against us, basically.
I
So,
see.
like, yeah, so different terrorist groups there are going to be using those roads and those buildings as hideouts and as methods of transportation
I
just as
see.
much as the other African citizens will be.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I said my soundbite for that one was we're investing in our enemies, and that ticked a lot of people
Hmm.
off, but it
I'm
it
sure it
good
did. Yeah.
it got me good points, so I'm
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. Um,
We should
and
also
then my
mention that, I
third,
mean, like she mentioned, she wrote both viewpoints and spoke what she could.
yes,
So,
yeah,
not
exactly.
necessarily everything that she agrees with is what she said.
Yeah, yeah, no. No, I just came up with whatever I could, honestly,
Sure.
and tried to make it sound good. So I guess it worked. Uh,
Seems to have, yes. I've heard flimsier arguments. I disagreed with all of them as well, but I've heard flimsier arguments.
Yeah, so have I, don't worry. Yeah. It's so unnerving. Oh my gosh. So
Mm,
in debate there's an open and a junior section.
okay.
And so my debate partner and I got put in the junior section a couple tournaments ago
Hmm.
because it would be our last chance to like be considered juniors.
Okay.
And so we got like aneurysms the entire tournament because these juniors didn't know how to debate and they just made stupid claims and didn't have
Uh,
evidence, and it was so frustrating to debate them.
hmm.
So, yeah. I definitely know what a flimsy argument is.
Oh yes, yes. We actually in my high school, I wasn't in speech or debate, but I was in the drama program, which had a lot of crossover, so we would often
Oh
get
yeah.
into debates.
Okay.
Um, we had a game called Devil's Advocate, where one person would come up with the most obscure random claim possible, and
Ooh.
everybody would have a half hour to come up with the point strongest in favor of that ridiculous argument.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like so much fun.
It,
I'll have
it
to
was a
play that with the
lot of
speech team.
fun, and it's good practice too. Um,
Yeah.
but you think on your feet, gives you improv, speaking skills. I was able to give a convincing argument that the world is flat.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yes, yes. And I was able to do it using simple anecdotal stuff and my basic, and yet I was still able to maintain that the Earth rotated. It was, and my,
The Earth is a pizza, guys.
no, no, not even that. If you take a coin, put it on a table, and spin it fast enough, it appears to create a sphere. So my argument was
Oh.
that the Earth is indeed flat, but is spinning fast enough so that satellites and other items see it as it is spinning and it appears to be a sphere.
So we're all actually vertical right now.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Or we're all living on the rim or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was good enough to win. I won that one. I remember that very specifically. But yeah, that's a fun game. We did enjoy that one. Others were the moon is made of cheese, and oh gosh, I don't remember how that one was won. But yeah, I highly recommend it. Get the most ridiculous thing possible and defend that.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Uh, well, let's take a side on that. What do you think, if you don't mind? What is one of your flimsiest arguments you can recall presenting?
Oh goodness. Um, okay. I don't know if this is actually true, but I
Okay.
was least proud of this argument basically because I didn't believe in it. I didn't think it was actually true, but we used it and we won all day because we had it.
Hmm.
So basically, the resolution was something for debate. The resolution was something like tax increases are more beneficial than spending cuts. Um,
Okay.
and so we had like a page from a textbook that said that higher taxes increased like basically made people go out and buy more things because they had more confidence in the government apparently. And
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, and so I mean, I guess I could see how that could work in theory, but
Yeah.
that doesn't seem to make sense to me at all. But basically the only thing that we did was read like if they brought up something like that,
Uh-huh.
um or in order to give an advantage to our case, we read that piece of evidence
Yeah.
and no one knew how to respond to it. They're just like, "Oh, okay." And we want it every single time, and I'm like, well, I feel really bad because we're just reading a sentence out of a textbook and we're just like crushing everyone. So
It sounds similar to me to the argument that I have heard that large companies might make, in which they say firing people gives confidence to the employees who remain because it shows we can make the tough choices to turn this company around.
yeah, that's
Um,
very flimsy.
okay, that I can kind of see where it's coming from, but no.
Oh, they're gonna do whatever they can to keep their job, like
Yeah,
tail between their legs, everything.
yeah.
Increasing confidence. Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's one of those arguments where if you are heavily biased towards a side, it might sway you to believe in it and say it out loud.
Hmm. Yeah. Yes. Biased as in monetary or
Yep.
other incentives.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it's the. I mean, okay. Sorry. My area, psychology, the cognitive dissonance. I believe in this. Therefore, it must be correct, and I will find the information that proves that. Otherwise, I'm a loser, and I don't want that.
Yeah, debate definitely teaches you to get out of that mindset because
Yes.
the way that debate works, at least for my style, public
Hmm.
forum,
Right.
you have to write both affirmative and negative cases, and you literally have to debate either one on the flip of a coin.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. Hmm.
Uh, at some point, if you do happen to meet up with Final Draft, we need to have you and he enter into a debate. He is.
Yes, that would be fun.
That would be nice.
And it should be a pony resolution. That would be so awesome.
I have heard him moderate on. I have heard him moderate a pony debate over which is best princess.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, come on, you want to talk biased? Draft
Yeah,
talking
I
about
mean, you
which
have to
pony and
define
princess is. But come on now, that's a
like how
bias.
do you define best? Like what? Like
Luna won
tallest? Like
before it
what?
had to. Luna won before anything had happened because it was draft
Oh, okay.
moderating. I would have been interested if it, instead of Luna versus Celestia, if it had been Celestia versus Cadence. So his favorite is not put
Mhm.
into play, and we have two that he doesn't care for as much.
Yes, that
Then
would be
debate that.
interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm. I would like that. That would be fun.
That would be fun. You should totally suggest this as a panel for upcoming cons.
Yes. Okay. Pony debate. That would be
Yeah,
fun. Okay.
I
Yes,
know. I know
definitely.
that some cons have had pony debates before. So,
Okay. Cool.
yay! Just let me know which side you're on, so I don't try to go against you and get my butt handed to me.
Okay. All right.
Even better, I'll enter and I'll just have you say one sentence, and I'll say, "Well, according to this right here, I have a member of the National Student Congress who says," and I quote,
I win.
"Yay!
Yes.
I win. Somebody said it. Woo!"
All the ethos. Yay.
One thing that on Twitter I see you post from time to time are the Romanian problems.
Yes. Oh, those are so funny. Oh my God.
I find those humorous, but I have to admit, at some point, I'm like, okay, I oh,
Yeah. I mean, they're not. I try to post, I guess, whatever would be, um, like whatever other people would find funny too. But sometimes it just ends up being like, oh my gosh, that is so true. I have to retweet that.
oh
Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
yeah. I don't like it if anybody waters down their humor to make sure that everybody understands it.
yeah.
I'm a big fan of tell 15 jokes, and as long as everybody gets one or two, then just keep going.
Okay, yeah. That seems like a pretty good philosophy to
Mhm.
me. Um, yeah. My family is from Romania.
Okay.
Um, my parents grew up there, and I was actually born there too.
Oh wow. Okay.
We came over when I was like a year and a half. So I'm really happy about that. I'm very happy to be here. I would much rather be here in the United States than in Romania because I know that I have better education opportunities and job opportunities than I would there.
Right.
And my brothers probably wouldn't be here if we weren't in the United States because it's very
Oh,
hard to support more than one child in Romania.
sure, sure.
So yeah, I'm very glad that we were able to come.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are wonderful things in Romania that are not available in the United States. Of
Like
course.
food, wonderful food. Yes, and most of my family is there.
Mm,
So it's kind of tough not seeing them all the time,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we go whenever we can.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Well, which food are you thinking of specifically? Which is the Romanian hometown mother makes it best food?
Hmm. Oh my gosh. Do I have to pick one?
Well, see, I ask this because when the Pixar movie Ratatouille,
Uh-huh.
that one hit a nerve with French people because he is literally making ratatouille, which is apparently the French food that they associate with their mothers. Like my mom makes the best
Oh.
ratatouille ever. And it was in Japan, and they were just interviewing different people, and Japan said, "Oh, my mother makes the best this food." And usually, I mean, in Japan right now, it was kind of Hamburg steak,
Uh-huh.
not hamburger, Hamburg steak, but I was trying to think if there was an American equivalent, and I
Hmm.
had a problem with it because there's just so many cultures in America. I don't. The best I could come up with was the peanut butter and jelly sandwich,
Yeah, that's probably it.
but it's not really something that mom makes best.
My mom can um put together the ingredients the best
Yeah,
to put together a sandwich. Yeah.
I had a few ideas that were okay, but not no one thing that just slammed out as the at-home mama food.
Hmm.
So I'm curious if there is just one that sticks out as a Romanian mom or grandmother makes this best.
Well, soup is very common in Romanian cuisine.
Okay,
And so I love my mom's soup, just
okay,
all of
okay.
it. Unless there's too much parsley or something. But
Right, right.
and one sweet that I love a lot. Oh gosh, okay, two. One of one of them is called salam de biscuits, and that
Salami,
literally translates to
salami
biscuit
biscuit.
salami.
Okay, I got it. Woohoo!
Yeah, and it's like sweet salami, like pastry salami. That's it.
Okay, okay.
Um, and so you basically like have this base, which is supposed to be like the meat,
Mhm.
and it's really sugary, and it's like butter and sugar and chocolate mixed together, and you put in this mix, you put like marshmallows and crackers, like sweet cookies,
Okay, okay.
and like uh chocolate chips and raisins, and you mix it all together, and then
Hmm.
you put it in saran wrap,
Okay, okay,
and you let it settle like you would like a meat, you
okay,
know.
okay. Right.
And so then you cut it just like salami, but it's all sweets. It's
Ah,
so good.
okay. Interesting.
And then the other one,
It sounds similar to like a really long California roll. Except, I mean, not obviously not the same ingredients, but the same idea that you put what you like in there, then roll it up
yeah,
and
yeah,
slice it. Okay, okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
it's very good, and it's not the same, you know. Every single time it's going to be a little bit different, and so
Sure.
that provides like a lot of variety, and it's
Oh yeah.
awesome.
Have you
Um,
ever considered adding an American ingredient like peanut butter?
no, I haven't.
Dead
Hmm.
silence. Oh my gosh, I've offended you. I apologize.
No, I mean, like, that's something interesting. I haven't thought about that before. Huh.
I
I
have
don't know.
I have a
I'm
knack
not.
for offending people's food over here. I suggested to an Italian person that if they put some bow tie pasta in with the spaghetti, it would give a decent flavor, and they got really angry at me.
Oh, don't tell me how to eat my pasta.
Like, I'm sorry, it's good. Okay, sorry.
No, I mean like I don't know. I guess I'm not a fan of mixing peanut butter and chocolate, but I
Okay,
think it would be interesting in the mix
right,
of all of those ingredients. So I'll have to see. Yeah.
right, right. And what was the second one? I apologize for interrupting you.
The second one,
Mm,
I forgot the name.
okay.
I don't remember, but it's basically so the way that we make them is you take cupcakes and you just make the bottom. Yes,
Yep.
there is a use for the bottom of the cupcakes. Yeah.
Right, right, right.
You do it now. And so then you turn them on their so that the bottom is facing up,
Okay.
and you basically soak it in rum essence, or like any other kind of essence, like maple is really good too.
Hmm, hmm.
And then you put inside whipped cream inside of these muffin bottoms, and then
Ooh,
you put some jam on the top,
ooh, my.
and they are absolutely amazing. Oh my
Sounds
goodness. I just
really good.
Yes, they're so amazing.
Oh.
I completely forgot the name. I don't know why, but they're so good. We've only made them a couple of times because it takes a
Mhm.
lot of preparation, but
Sure, sure.
yeah, they're good.
Wow. That does sound very good.
Hmm.
Huh. We had I don't know why, but it slightly reminds me of monkey bread. I'm not
What's that?
sure. Well, I'm not sure. We did it the American style, which is a bit lazy, and we didn't apologize for that because we were lazy. But you get a bundt cake pan or an angel food cake pan
Okay.
that has the hole in the middle of it, And we used the pre-made biscuits that are in that tube that like explodes when you unwrap it, type thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
You're supposed to make the dough yourself and then shape them into little biscuits, but we just use pre-made ones because, lazy. And you make this melted butter, cinnamon, sugar, not too hot, almost cool. You dip each piece into the butter, cinnamon, sugar, and then you push it into the bottom of the pan, and you keep going until you have filled up the pan with these pieces of raw dough that have been butter and cinnamon sugared.
Hmm.
You have to monkey with it, hence the name monkey bread, because it's difficult
Oh.
to get it all in. Then you bake it, and you pull it out and put it upside down, and it's still in the shape, and you can take off one piece at a time, and it's this
Ooh.
cinnamon sugar buttery biscuit that is really sweet, and oh my goodness, it's good, and it's fun to eat because you get little pieces here and there. And oh, I
That
recommend
sounds awesome.
recommend anybody who has access to frozen or refrigerated biscuit dough, monkey bread.
Monkey bread.
Monkey bread, yep. I think I had a point, but I can't remember exactly what I was talking about. That happens a lot with me. Okay. Oh yes, okay, but yes, from Romania. That's right, that's right.
Okay,
Now,
perfect.
my psychology speaking would tell me that probably you don't have any specific memories of Romania before you left. However, there are times where a person who is that young can have memories for. Do you have any memories before coming to America?
No, I do not. My first memory is when we were living with some friends here,
Oh,
like right when we came.
okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that would fall with the psychology.
Yeah.
It's usually about 3 years old is when permanent memories start to form. So,
Yeah, that yep. Mhm.
okay. Well, if somebody were to possibly decide on vacationing, what would you recommend is something Romanian or somewhere that they should go?
Hmm.
Um,
Well, Romania isn't, to be honest, Romania isn't very tourist friendly. Like I don't think I would go there uh if my parents weren't there because it's kind of hard to get used to.
okay,
As like growing up in the United States, I've only been back once.
right.
And so I would probably consider myself more American than Romanian at this point.
Sure,
I
sure.
mean, I know the language and everything, but I'm more Americanized.
Hmm.
And so it's just hard to get around if you don't know the workings of Romania, but there
Okay,
are some absolutely beautiful places.
I'm sure.
Um, I know in the area where I was born and my mom grew up,
Mm,
Alba Iulia, um, it's beautiful. And recently,
yeah.
since Romania joined the European Union,
Mm.
they actually gave them money to uh like reopen the fortress that's in that town.
Oh, wow.
And so now you can go there and it's a huge historical monument like
Hmm.
just all over the place. It's really cool and they have like a dungeon and they have
Oh, wow.
yeah, we got to see the torture chambers. That was pretty cool. Um and they actually have like people dressed up as the guards would have been dressed up during that time.
Nice.
And so
That's good.
it's really cool to go there and see that they're actually doing work and like trying to like like renovate it again, and so you can see all
Yeah.
of the history of that area.
So it sounds like they're not they're probably not used to a lot of tourists, but trying to prepare like, okay, we know they can come here, so let's put on our
Yeah,
best
I mean,
face and
yeah, I mean, like Romania has a pretty dark history, and but
yes.
they're definitely getting better.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
Huh.
Just be careful if you're over there. You know,
Of course.
um don't expect the best from people. Always expect the worst, and you'll be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can sound cynical, but it can also be true. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, if you go expecting all sunshiny rainbows, you're probably going to be disappointed in most countries that you go to, unfortunately.
Yes, exactly. The thing that is kind of disappointing is that like Romania has the biggest gypsy population in all of
Okay.
Europe.
Hmm.
And so I mean like I don't want to be like racist towards them, but they're probably people you should avoid. Like
Right.
I know that my mom was like, "Oh yeah, well, let's buy some berries from these people." And my uncle goes, "Are you crazy? Like, what are you doing?" And so she does it anyways.
Mm.
And what happened was that the top third of the little yogurt thing of like berries that we got was very good, very fresh berries.
Mm.
The last 2/3 were rotten berries, just
Oh,
completely rotten. And it was
uh-oh.
like, okay, cool, thanks. Like, yeah.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
hmm Yeah, but whatever. They'll get better too. So
Yes, that's true.
they're being treated pretty well in or they're starting to get treated better in like Italy and some other countries. So yeah.
That's good.
hmm
There, in my hometown of St. Louis, but occasionally we would go a few hours north into the real, I don't even want to say suburbs because you had to drive so long to find a paved road, but way country area, and there was a location that had a large Mennonite population.
Oh,
Um, Not Amish; those are usually Pennsylvania, but there were a lot of Mennonites there,
right.
and enough that you would see speed limits and then speed limits for horse and buggy. And every weekend they would set up in a little corner of the Walmart parking lot and sell bread and quilts and different things. And part of it was apparent from what I hear. I didn't live there, but my friend said that, yeah, about 10, 15 years ago, it was, a lot of tension between people who lived in houses and them. But now it's gotten much better,
Oh,
used
well,
to
that's
each
good.
other. You know, we
Nice.
we started talking to them as they were selling their bread, and they started talking to us, and there's still disagreement, of course, but it's not, don't talk to those people anymore. So,
Well, that's good. That's good.
yeah,
And I'm sure they make great bread, so benefit for everyone.
it it was good. I didn't find it, especially drop to my knees and give thanks for the bread, but it was good.
Okay.
But we felt it was important to try it, at least.
Yeah. Mhm.
uh, well, we did mention just a little bit. Are there any cons that you're planning on attending soon?
Yes, I'm attending Everfree Northwest for sure.
Heck
So,
yeah!
yes. I'm so excited for that. And my brother's coming with me. My brother is actually the one who got me into My Little Pony.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, he's coming too.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How
It's
did he do
awesome.
that?
You know, he, I think it was last year in like December,
Hmm.
he told me that he watched the entire couple of seasons like throughout October and November, and then he showed me an episode and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like that's so cool. Like I didn't even really care about the quality of the show. I was just like so glad that he was open about it because
That
my,
is
my little
excellent.
brother has he has autism.
Ah,
And
okay.
so like he's kind of shy in the first place, but
Sure, sure.
I was just really happy that he was able to be open with me about it. And I just thought that, like it's really cool for him to be able to get past all of these stereotypes in society and like
Absolutely.
just watch whatever makes him happy. So I was completely open to watching it right off the bat.
That's
And then
wonderful.
I watched several episodes with him.
Mm.
And then I had a really, really good Brony friend in the summer. And so he made me watch all of the episodes and we ended up doing it over like 3 days or something. And so it
Wow.
was, yeah, it was awesome.
That's nice. That's great.
hmm
Yeah, I know of a few autistic bronies, and some have very mild, and some have more than milds.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's great. That's wonderful that they
hmm
can get into it as much as they did.
Yeah, like my brother, he has never or he's ever since he got into My Little Pony, he just always wants to talk to people about it.
Right.
Like people who are bronies, he's more social with them. Like at the
Oh yeah.
at the convention,
Yeah.
the convention last year when we went to Everfree Northwest was the
Hmm.
only place that he's ever actually wanted to travel to.
Wow.
He does not like traveling at all. And so he wanted to go to this and he was super happy the entire time. And he yeah, it was awesome. And he just had so much fun and he was like, "Oh my gosh, ponies." And we went to the panels. We were okay at the convention for the panel with the main six
Yes. -2.
minus two.
Right.
Yeah. And so we were the second people in line, the second group,
Oh wow. Nice.
because we got up so early. We got there at like 7 to stand in line.
Oh
And
goodness.
it was so worth it because we got in the second row and
Oh wow.
he asked a question. He
Oh.
asked his question was Andrea Libman, can you do the Fluttershy yay?
Aw.
And so she did, and it was awesome. It was the best thing ever.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm just happy how My Little Pony has really opened him up. It's
That's
it's a
wonderful.
huge
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll branch out to other areas soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great.
Mhm.
Well, if we were to ask him, who would he say is best pony?
Applejack.
Wow, that was fast. Okay.
Yes. Applejack.
I it I've mentioned it a few times. I use My Little Pony to teach English in some of my classes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the students that are it's a variety. I try to get them to get more into Fluttershy, but they just won't. But we have a
Darn
Pinky.
it.
I'm like, isn't she? Yeah, they agree she's cute, but okay. But I have my Pinkie Pie student, and I have my Rainbow Dash student, and I have my Twilight student. The Pinkie Pie student has a sister who I used to teach, but she can't come anymore. But she went to the school to pick up her sister. She's younger. But she started talking to me about Applejack and Apple Bloom. And I was like, "Oh, is your sister watching them with you?" She's like, "Yes, we come home and watch them on YouTube." I'm like, "Oh, great."
Yes.
The downside was she asked me, she said, "Pinky has Smile Song and Ghost Song. Where is Applejack's song?" I was like, "Oh, well, I can send you this one. It's called Raise This Barn, and it's a great song, and that's it right now."
Yeah, that's kind of a pity. She's kind of like uh not as focused on, I guess. Even in the polls, like I'm always interested in seeing what other bronies think, and usually Rainbow Dash is at the top and Applejack is near the bottom.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad.
I really believe, in my opinion, the polls don't reflect accurately Applejack's popularity. I honestly believe Applejack, if we had to rate them 1 through 6, I think Applejack would be number 2. I really do.
Really?
Because
Okay.
my theory is that Applejack is very few people's favorite, but is a lot of people's second or third.
Yeah, that's very true. She's a stable character,
Hmm.
and I think many people appreciate that she's a very stable character, but at the same time, there's not she doesn't have that like spark or that attitude that would bring them up to number one. So,
Yeah, if they have to choose one pony, it's not going to be her. But I think if they could choose 2 or 3, I think you would see a large amount of popularity for Applejack.
yeah.
That's my opinion.
So we should do polls on first favorite, second favorite, and third favorite.
I think it would be a good idea. Yes.
Yes.
I don't have the time for it. Um,
Well, neither do I. I understand completely.
yes. I've said it before. If everybody was required to do the things they said we should do this, then productivity in the world would halt to nothing.
Exactly. Yes. People would probably also be more careful of what they're saying.
Yes. Yeah. Say, we should um, eat dinner eventually.
Okay, sure, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Okay, we can do that. Uh, well, I asked this question in all of my interviews,
Okay.
and it's only been answered once without pause so far, but I think you've got a good shot at this because of your debate experience. In all of My Little Pony, what is the one line or one scene that defines you as a brony?
Ooh. Ooh. Defines me?
Yeah.
Like, hmm.
Or the one line or one scene that stands out very specifically to you as a prime
Okay.
example.
That one, okay, I can, yeah. The first episode, oh, I'm forgetting these names.
That's
But the one where, or the first part of the episode where Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash are like they're practicing cheering.
that's Sonic Rainboom.
Yes, Sonic Green movie. Yes, 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 that's it.
Hmm.
And that was the first scene I'd ever saw of My Little Pony. My brother showed it to
What a
me, and it was
wonderful
just so
introduction.
funny. What?
Oh, what a wonderful introduction to Pony. I cannot think of a
Yes,
one.
exactly. And so that's how I introduce everyone else too. And so it's just my favorite scene. It's so adorable,
Mhm.
and I laugh every single time I see it. It's just the best.
Okay, so the entire scene or just the specific yay.
That introduction scene before it cuts to the theme
Okay.
song.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
I do really like that. I will say though, if there's any one group of lines that is overused, in my opinion, in Brony music, that would be it.
Yeah,
Louder,
yeah, that's yeah.
louder. Okay, yeah, yeah, we've heard that in other songs before. It's a good joke. Use some hits. Oh, good answer though. That's a nice one.
Thanks.
So you and your brother are fans of the show. Is anyone else in the family, or just the two of you?
My I have another little brother,
Hmm.
and he's kind of
If it's
vehemently
too
against
if it's
it.
too personal, you don't have to. But what are the ages of your brothers?
My the older one who is a fan of My Little Pony is 14, and the
Okay,
other one is 12.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Um, and the 12-year-old, he's pretty against it. I mean, he at one point he kind of like insulted us about it, and so I was like, no, okay, that's not cool.
Hmm.
But he got it pretty quickly, and he just doesn't want to watch the show.
Oh,
Um, yeah, my mom really likes it. She doesn't watch the episodes, but she appreciates our appreciation of it.
okay,
So yeah,
that's good.
and my dad's kind of like, meh, whatever, okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure how many parents would appreciate it. A lot
Yeah,
do,
I
a
mean,
lot, but
I'm I appreciate the idea of like a dad being able to enjoy, watching the show with their little daughter or with their son even.
yeah,
I think that's really cool that My Little Pony can bring so many people together like that.
yeah. Tech Rat does that with his daughter, and it's wonderful to listen to.
That's so cute.
I know. I it, I guess you could call it secondary with me. My boss's son is almost 3,
Oh.
and he started watching it. I gave him I had a Rainbow Dash beanbag plushie that I gave him, and he loved it. And
Oh
so that
yeah, I saw that video. That was cute. That was
yeah,
the cutest thing I've ever seen. That's so adorable.
and just I mean by chance I gave blind bags to my students, and I said, "Oh, well, would you like one?" And he opens it and goes, "Rainbow Dash." I'm like, "Oh my god,
It's so cute.
how did you pick that?" You had a 1 in 24 chance. Okay. But yeah, it has just started to air in Japan. This last Saturday, right after the earthquake, was the second episode.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Okay.
And he watches it. We've made a deal. We've made a deal. He watches it in English, and I watch it in Japanese because we're both trying our best. But then afterwards, we
That's
can watch it
awesome.
in our native languages. But first time has to be the other language.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, I see him the next week, and we can talk about the episode. And wasn't Nightmare Moon scary? Oh yeah, very scary, very scary.
That's so cute. Nice.
It is. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, that's how I practice my Spanish. I watch the episodes in Spanish,
Oh yeah.
and I there's like 2 episodes on YouTube of Romanian My Little Pony, and I love watching them, but it's only 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How is the because I know that you mentioned you are prolific in Romanian. How is the translation?
I just cringed at the theme song. Ugh,
Oh, okay.
cringed, but it's all right, I guess. I
Okay.
definitely like watching it in English a lot better.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
We're still getting used to the Japanese one. They have their own Japanese theme song, which is good. I like that one. But
Okay.
not all of the character voices are done really well. Most of them
Yeah.
very well. Just one yeah.
Which one?
Applejack.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's
She
so disappointing.
she sounds like a city girl who is into country chic. And like
Oh my gosh.
wears the like shirt, jean skirts and cowboy boots and cowboy hat, and has never stepped outside off of pavement in her life, type thing. That's kind of what she sounds like. And
I mean, is there like such thing as like a southern like accent kind of culture in Japan that they can kind of mimic?
there is Osaka Ben, which is the Osaka accent, or even if you want to go further, Shikoku Ben, which is Shikoku accent. I'm kind of glad they didn't use it, just because it's almost become, in my mind, cliche to have a
Hmm.
character who uses Southern accent speak in that accent in the Japanese version. And it never
Huh.
works.
Okay.
It's never quite the same.
I see.
Because Osaka Ben is considered the Southern accent, but come on, it's the difference between largest city in the world and ninth largest city in the world. We're still really big metropolis areas. But yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. I did take umbrage though. Second episode aired. in order to make room for some of the Japanese advertisements, they cut out Pinky's rant at the end,
Oh.
where she approaches and said, "Are you excited? I'm so excited. I'm never being so excited." Well, except that one time, they cut it out. They cut it
Dang
out.
it.
I was like, oh,
Oh.
still good.
Yeah.
I'm still going to enjoy it and love it, and it does help my Japanese. But
Yes.
yeah.
So, do you teach in English or do you teach in Japanese or?
I teach fully in English. That is one
Okay.
of the things. When they come into the door, they have to use only English. The staff is there, my boss or another person who speaks Japanese. So if they have to, they can use Japanese. But the idea is it's supposed to be immersing them in English, and it's
Okay.
supposed to
Yeah.
help.
I appreciate that. That's how my Spanish class is too. Just this year, Spanish 4.
Yep.
And you learn so much better that way.
Oh yes,
It's
absolutely.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you have a crutch, you're not going to move faster than hobble speed. And
Yes.
taking away the crutch is going to cause a lot of people to fall down. That's true.
Mhm.
But if they want to walk and are not Tiny Tim, they'll be able to.
Mhm. Yep, they'll get up on their own.
I
Learn how to
regret
use
the
their legs.
I regret the crutch analogy as soon as I said it, but I had to go through with it.
It really is. No, really. Like, people should want to learn new languages. It opens your mind so much.
It does.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
relying on your native language is kind of like a crutch. It's like you're just hindering yourself by knowing one language. So,
And I would argue, I would honestly argue, the ability to communicate enough to make a computer work, a computer language, is a language of its own.
I would definitely agree. My debate partner, the other guy who also qualified to nationals in Congress, if you look on my Twitter, um,
Yay.
he is complete. He's really into programming,
Okay.
and he is like, I just look at his screen, and I'm like, I have no idea what that means. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely another language.
Yeah. Yes. And
So
even
yeah,
even if you're
all
able to sign language, that's a wonderful.
yes, yeah, definitely.
Jap-
Any just other method of communication.
Japanese Sign Language is so different from ASL. It's unbelievably different.
Really? How? Like,
It's completely different language, completely different hand signals and signs and everything. There's not a speck of similarity between ASL and Japanese Sign Language.
wow. Do they have like different sentence structures too?
Um, the Japanese Sign Language, like the American Sign Language, doesn't focus on grammar as much as it does on meaning.
Okay, all right.
So,
Because I heard somewhere that ASL has like a completely different sentence structure than English.
mm,
So,
I only know a little bit of ASL, but I know enough to know that grammar is not as important as getting your point across.
okay. Yeah, that would make
So,
sense.
yeah. Yeah, and it makes absolute sense. I can't imagine slapping a child's hands down. No, noun, then verb, then subject, object.
Don't sign to me like that.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to plug while you're here?
Hmm.
Of course, National Student Congress, is there any way we can watch it, or will it be televised or announced, or just have to watch your Twitter feed?
I'm not sure. I know that last year they had live feeds of the finals of a lot of events.
Ooh.
I have no idea if Congress will be in there because it's so boring and long and there's a lot of people and there's a lot to focus on. I'm not sure how they would televise that.
If they can
Um,
make two C-SPANs, I'm sure they can include the National Student Congress somewhere.
yeah, I guess so. Um, uh, but I think that was kind of unique to last year. So
Okay.
I'll have to keep my eye out to see if there's anything like that, and
Okay.
maybe I'll put it on Twitter. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. And
My
in the
Twitter handle is Lorena, I believe. I changed it because my first name is Lorena,
um,
Lorena,
yeah.
and my friends recently came up with a nickname for me, Lorere, and so um, I tried to incorporate that into my Twitter. Yeah, it's
I'm just
Lorere now.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to use it. You are a storyteller. Lore, nah? All right.
um.
Sorry. Terrible joke. I apologize. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I told you, 15 jokes, one or two are good, then I'm happy.
All right. All right.
Uh, but that occurs in June, right? Okay.
Yes, in June. Hmm.
All right. So if you get a chance, everybody, you can watch the National Student Congress. Are there applications for interns for you?
What?
Do you get interns? Your own congressional student interns?
Oh, I wish. I definitely wish. No, we have to prepare completely on our own, and it
Oh, okay.
sucks.
All right.
We get the docket. It's like a huge packet of like 40 bills or something. We
Wow.
get it like a month beforehand, so
Hmm.
it's like a 1 month of preparing. Yeah.
Wow. I still think they should assign one person to you so you can just say, go get me a coffee.
I need a coffee now. No, you got it wrong. Go get me another one.
I said Evian! Well, everybody, please do follow Lorena on Twitter. Is there another DeviantArt or SoundCloud or just Twitter?
Just Twitter.
Okay.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Everybody, we have
And,
been... Oh, good.
I love talking to bronies. I don't have much time to like go out and actively like tweet people anymore, but I'll
Right.
definitely respond to you if you tweet me. So
Oh, yes.
yeah.
And if you guys want to get some very interesting insights into Romanian problems, do give her a follow. We've been speaking with Lorena CloudFlick. Thank you very much for coming by today.
Yep. Thank you. I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, thanks.
Everyone, this is OsakaJack with Into the Spotlight on Everfree Network. We'll catch you next time.